Black Mamba versus Honey Badger. Who would win? It's a showdown you never knew you wanted, but once it was here, you loved it. One of the scariest venomous snakes in the world, the Black Mamba. Who is he going to face off against? Someone who doesn't care about a thing in the world. Someone who is essentially a garbage disposal, the honey badger. Both of these animals inhabit Africa, so we will be seeing the showdown real soon. Make your picks. These animals are some of the most deadly in the world, taking down animals far larger than themselves. So, what happens when they go up against each other? Black Mamba. When you think of deadly animals, you might think of lions, jaguars, crocodiles, grizzly bears. But forget about the big boys for a minute. We are going to focus on some smaller animals. And though the Black Mamba isn't as big as a lion or a crocodile, he regularly takes down opponents that are far larger than him. He's a menace, even in a smaller package. But let's not confuse things. We're talking about how he's smaller than a lion or a crocodile, but he isn't small per se. In fact, among venomous snakes, he is the second longest in the world. On average, they're about 8 to 9 feet long, but they can reach lengths of 14 feet. When we talk about them being small, we clearly don't mean their length, but that's geared more towards overall mass and weight, as the Black Mamba is just about 4 pounds. But this is also a record-breaking snake in a couple of ways. One, the Black Mamba is the fastest moving land snake in the world, able to hit speeds of up to 12 and 13 miles per hour. So Olympic sprinters can outrun him, professional basketball players too, but you, sitting there on the couch, we're not entirely certain that you can. And it isn't just him that's fast. His venom is fast-acting as well. One of the fastest-acting venoms in the world. Symptoms show up almost immediately. If a human is bitten by a Black Mamba, not only can it be fatal, it's almost a guarantee that untreated, it will be fatal in a matter of hours. Some people have collapsed within 45 minutes of a bite. Clearly, a human is larger than a Black Mamba. Even more clearly, an elephant is much larger than a Black Mamba, and a bite could still kill an elephant in several hours. The reason the bite from the Black Mamba is so deadly is twofold. For one, 10 to 15 milligrams of venom can kill an adult human. The average dose from a Black Mamba bite is 120 milligrams, already 10 times what you need. By the way, we stress average because it can actually be as much as 400 milligrams. That is why you don't wait after a bite. That is why animals as large as elephants can be taken down. And you're smart, you know math, you get how averages work. If the average is 120 and it can be as high as 400, that means by law of averages, it can be far less than 120. You also have probably heard of dry bites, which refers to how venomous snakes' bites don't always carry venom. Every once in a while you get a dry bite with no venom. The Black Mamba has a nearly 100% rate of envenomation, higher than any other snake, and meaning it essentially never has a dry bite. Black Mambas are found throughout many places in sub-Saharan Africa, especially Eastern Africa and Southern Africa. Black Mambas prefer moderately dry environments like woodlands and semi-arid savannas, but you can also find them in lowland forests and other more humid places. They tend to look for warm-blooded animals to feast on like birds, and also small mammals like rodents, bats, and hyraxes. Occasionally, they'll eat other snakes. Okay, small mammals are targets. Other snakes may be at risk. Humans need to watch out, so do elephants, and basically any other animal that's smaller than an elephant, which is everyone. Sounds like the Black Mamba can essentially take down anyone. He's a giant killer. But what does that mean for our honey badger? He's no giant. He's small. He's a mammal. Is he shaking in his little honey badger boots? Honey badger. The honey badger probably isn't shaking. He's probably not nervous at all. The video that went viral years ago told us all that honey badgers just don't care. He never cared before, and he still doesn't care. Watching any footage of the honey badger, and you can see that that is true. He is fearless. For his size, that is quite the feat, but it isn't a confidence he shouldn't have. He absolutely should, because he is ruthless, and he takes down animals much bigger than his size all the time. Now, honey badgers can be found in parts of Asia, the Middle East, and all over sub-Saharan Africa. So they have contact with a lot of different animals. And do you want to know why the honey badger is thought of as a living garbage disposal? because he eats anything and everything. After observing honey badgers in the Kalahari Desert alone, there were over 60 different species of animals that had been eaten by honey badgers. 60! And by the way, when they eat an animal, they eat all of it. Skin, flesh, hair, feathers, and bones. Everything. It's been observed on many occasions, honey badgers digging up deceased humans and feasting on their remains. But to focus on animals that make up a large part of their diet, honey badgers will eat geckos and skinks. They'll eat gerbils, mice, spring hare, snakes, and it's even been seen that when they come across domestic sheep and goats, they attack and eat those too. So that you understand the significance of that, you need to know the honey badger's size. He's short with sturdy legs and really thick skin, about 11 inches tall at the shoulder, about 2.5 feet long, and up to 35 pounds. Goats can weigh anywhere from 50 to 100 pounds and even more, and the honey badger is still taking them down. What's scarier, honey badgers will attack animals sometimes just for the sake of attacking. He may or may not be trying to get a meal, he just chooses violence. Honey badgers have often attacked humans, 150 pounds and up. They've attacked wildebeest up to 600 pounds, zebras up to 1,000 pounds, and water buffalo up to 1,200 pounds. This is absurd. How does he even do damage to these large animals? Well, honey badger engages in the art of emasculating your prey. That's right, he goes straight for the testicles. And after he's done horrific damage to that region, the animal is in a state of extreme pain and shock, and so the honey badger can then proceed with the rest of his attack. The honey badger not only has strong arms and claws, but his bite is ferocious for many reasons. One, it's one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, and the jaws are so powerful and unique, it's almost impossible for them to be dislocated. It is said that once the honey badger bites down on something, there is no prying those jaws open. The only way those jaws open is when the honey badger decides it's time. As you've figured out by now, the honey badger is savage. He is ruthless, but he also possesses a toughness that will not allow him to quit. Sometimes when he attacks an animal, it does not go his way, and he may take a bit of a beating, but he oftentimes will not stop, going for the kill again and again, as many times as needed. The thick skin he has means that many animal bites will not penetrate or cause much damage, nor will porcupine quills, and nor will bee stings, which is why honey badgers love to raid beehives for honey. There are times when honey badgers will find hyenas or lions that are feasting on a recent kill, and if the hyenas or lions are young or just not fully grown, the honey badger will often chase them away. His reputation has grown so much over Africa that even the lions know to run away when this lunatic is approaching. So we know the honey badger has confidence, but will that be enough for the fight against the deadly black mamba? The face-off. The black mamba and the honey badger share many of the same environments in Africa, so these battles occur all the time. You may not have seen one happen because it consists of two animals you definitely want to stay far away from. So when the black mamba and honey badger see each other, their aggression takes over, and both of them want to attack the other. Yes, the black mamba is the fastest land snake, moving at 13 miles per hour, but the honey badger is quicker, able to run at 20 miles per hour. Then again, the way a snake strikes with its head is as quick as a lightning bolt, and the black mamba has got some reach, so he could still land a bite on the honey badger. The black mamba is filled with enough venom to take down an elephant. The honey badger is far smaller than that. The honey badger will need to do his best to use his speed and agility and come at the snake from another angle, getting behind the black mamba's head and using his strong arms and claws to pin it down, attacking with those powerful jaws. But that's easier said than done. The black mamba can spin around, evade attacks, and whip his body around so quickly. Each time the honey badger tries to sneak around and attack the black mamba from behind, the black mamba will whip around and face off against the honey badger once again. The honey badger likes to emasculate his prey when attacking, but that works on humans, on wildebeest, on zebras, on water buffalo. It's not going to work on a snake. We think you can guess why. So the honey badger's usual method won't work, and he can't get behind this black mamba to pin down the head. But what do we know best about the honey badger? He just don't care. He's decided he is just going to take on the black mamba head on. So he charges, lunging at the black mamba. But the black mamba sees this and reacts even quicker, lunging forward himself and biting right into the honey badger. As is the case most times when this happens, the black mamba has no dry bites, and the honey badger immediately faints, falling to the ground. And as is the case every time after the honey badger faints, after a few moments he awakens and gets right back up. The black mamba is shocked, and the honey badger charges again. He lunges and lands a heavy bite right on the black mamba, sinking his teeth in and tearing the snake apart. And then, not just declaring himself the victor of the battle, but then eating his opponent. There are a few other things we need to tell you about the honey badger. That thick skin that can withstand animal bites and porcupine quills and bee stings. It can also withstand bites from venomous snakes. The skin is so thick, the venom won't kill the honey badger. Oftentimes it won't even affect him, but at worst he will faint from it and then wake back up. The other thing you need to know about the honey badger, and it goes hand in hand with him being resistant to even the most lethal of snake venoms, is that a large part of his diet is not just snakes, but venomous snakes, and that includes the black mamba. There really isn't much that the black mamba can do against a honey badger. He gave him his best shot. He gave him his most deadly shot that he has, one that kills most other animals, no matter their size. But none of these animals has a thick elastic skin that is specially designed to withstand venom. So once the black mamba has taken his best and only shot, he's in trouble. The honey badger is not just going to attack, he's going to set the table and put out the good silverware. Because what's on the menu for dinner tonight is black mamba casserole.